Alright guys, so I changed my mind on the kind of video I was going to post about the flathead Briggs I picked up at Pate. I decided to do this instead of posting up some of the video that I had taken of, diagnosing the issues that it had, and ultimately determining that yes, the $10 flathead is a runner. It ran on brake fluid at least. The gas tank, I would have liked to have had that gas tank, but the bottom was rotted out, and I just think it would be too much work to try and salvage it for any kind of use. So that's gonna unfortunately have to get scrapped. But I partially filled the bowl in the carburetor with brake clean, gave it a couple pulls, and fired right up. Ran until it ran the bowl dry. No noise. The only thing I have to do is get a broken coil, ignition coil screw out of the block. Shouldn't be any kind of an issue with a little penetrating oil and some heat. And hopefully the same for one of the side cover bolts. I put a ton of heat in it and just couldn't get enough penetrating oil down to the threads to get it to break loose. But with the side cover off, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get enough penetrating oil and heat on it and work it, get it out. But right now the crank is out of it. Gave it to a friend of mine to get the crank turned down to 3/4 with a 3/16 key. It actually had as you'll see in the pictures I'm going to put up with this, that the crank was actually machined into a gear for the gear reduction drive. But I've got all the gaskets coming. I've got what I need to check, make sure it's the right one. Hopefully it is a side cover gasket crank seal, because with the gear drive it didn't have a crank seal. So yeah, once I get that back, I'll get it mounted on the a little project I've got cooked up for it. It's not getting cleaned up at all. All the rust is staying. I'm not cleaning up any of the bolts. In fact, I'm gonna try and find a old rusty headed bolt to replace the one that broke on the side cover. And the project that's going on, the chain's just as rusty as the engine. That's staying rusty. But yeah, anyway, oh yeah, the backstory for that engine. Like I said, I found it at Pate, and I found out while we were up there that Isaac with Cars and Cameras Great guys, by the way. Been hanging out with them every time I go up to Pate since 2019. They make some sick builds. They really do. They make some sick builds, but most of y'all probably already know that. But yeah, Isaac had spotted the engine sitting in one of the vendor areas a day or so before I got up there and saw it. But I've been looking for one of those 8-horse flatheads for a while, so $10, worst case, I got a badass workbench ornament, But I was pretty confident that if I could get it freed up, that I would be able to use it for something, and it definitely exceeded my expectations. The issue with it was, and the reason that Isaac passed it up, was when we both found it at the swap meet, it appeared to be completely locked up. I mean, locked up solid. Couldn't get the flywheel to move, and well, at least with the pull rope. And the gear reduction was locked up solid. But anyway, what I had found to be the issue was two issues. One was one of the coil screws was a flathead, a flat blade button head screw, and it's supposed to be a 1/4-inch hex head, so you can get just a little bit of torque on it. But what I think is they just didn't get it tight enough, and it got bumped and dropped down on that one side. And once the flywheel and the coil got a little bit of rust on it, that kind of helped to make that not want to turn. And the other issue was the gear reduction. Somehow water got in it when I got it off. A bunch of water came out, and the rust line on the sun gear was basically about 2 inches high from the bottom of the gear reduction case. So between the rust on the coil, and the coil touching the flywheel, touching the rusty flywheel, and the thick buildup of rust in the teeth for the gear reduction, it was locked up pretty tight. But I messed with it for a little while. Got it. Once I got the coil off, I was able to get 6 turns out of it, which was about a full turn on the gear reduction. So after a little bit more messing with it, turning it back and forth, letting it sit, because there was oil in the gear reduction. Light turned off. Light on. There we go. But anyway, after I messed with it for a few minutes more, I actually got it to spin over free, and didn't hear any noises. Like I said, once we got back to San Antonio, and I got the gear reduction, got everything off it because I didn't want there to be any issues in case there was a damaged tooth or anything that could lock it up, possibly cause damage to the engine itself. And I got the all the pieces of the foam air filter that had disintegrated. It was about the consistency of modeling foam, like you'd find it, a Hobby Lobby or a craft store. You stick fake flowers and stuff in. It's real hard and crumbly. But yeah, some of that was down in the air filter / intake tube that went into the carburetor. So I got that off, made sure the carburetor's cleaned out, gave it a shot, gave it a tug. It went suck, squeeze, bang, blow, and made pretty flathead noises. But yeah, I'll get another video put up of getting the flathead diagnosed and up to where we are now. And I didn't get any video of pulling the crank out, but compared to the way the outside of that engine looks, the inside is immaculate. There's one small score line on the cylinder wall, but it ran good enough to get at least a few years on it before I think about boring out the block and putting a new piston in it, or honing out the cylinder, new piston rings, but yeah, other than that one score line, the inside of the crankcase was almost spotless aside from the dirty oil. The crank looks immaculate. The rod journal, the rod itself, everything looks really, really clean. No scoring on any of that. But yeah, I'll post a video of what I have up to now, and getting it together and getting. I'm hoping to get the project mostly finished so I can enjoy it a little bit. But if not, I will be posting that up. Barring any unforeseen circumstances that might arise before the pull start picnic at Rockwood Go-Karts and Mini Golf on the 18th. I'm probably going to post up that video, if not excuse me, if not the day before the bike show. I'm gonna get it posted up the day of. Can't be revealing any of my secrets beforehand. You never show your hand in poker before the flop, and all bets are in. But yeah, I think you're gonna like it. It's definitely a departure from the clean builds I usually do. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta get inside. It's late, and it's been a long day. But if you like the videos that I post up, or what I have posted up, little not too many, but can you tell I'm tired? Yeah, if you like what I've posted up and you want to see more, like the videos that you enjoyed, subscribe. Really helps me out if I get if I get another 15 or 16 subscribers, I can start doing live videos, which is going to be kind of cool. You know, I don't have to plan any of those, but anyway, check out my other videos, and like I said, like, subscribe. I'm gonna see if I can't convince myself to get up and go inside, and I will see you another day. Peace.